So, you get the glamorous look today because I have been on the road for the last 6 weekends. And when I say weekends, I don't mean Saturday, Sunday. I mean like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe even Monday. So, I've been to conventions, film festivals, different events. It's been great fun. I get paid very little for any of it, but I've been really busy. But one of the things that I did was I went on the Blair Witch Experience Tour. So, believe it or not, this is the 20th anniversary of the release of the Blair Witch Project. Now, if that does not make you feel old, Susie and Ingrid Gooch, the mom and the baby outside of the diner, you know, the little girl who's like picking her nose and she's telling mommy, no, no. Yeah, she's 25, she's just finishing up her master's degree. Okay, nevertheless, this movie changed everything that we know about independent films, about financing, about the way films are made, about horror in general, created an entirely new genre. Don't fight me on this. And it really opened up a lot of doors for people who never thought that they could make a movie. So the Blair Witch Experience is run by a man named Matt Blasey. He has been doing this for 7 years now and started with 3 people in his car, took them all around. He lives kind of nearby where the film was made. He started doing the research. It's kind of increased over the years. He doesn't advertise. This was the first year he did charge just because there were so many people, I'm assuming because of the anniversary, that we had to ride buses because there's just nowhere for everybody to park. So we basically paid for pizza and a bus. He does it because he loves this movie. He wrote a book called 8 Days in the Woods. And I just finished this. It is fabulous. So over the tour, I got to talk to a lot of the people who are involved with making the film. Also got to hear a lot of stories from Matt, from other people. And so a lot of those are documented in here. Just so you know. This is available on Amazon. So he has, over the years, researched every nuance from conception of idea to today. He has befriended such people as Eduardo Sanchez, Mike C. Williams, Ed Swanson, who was the lanky fisherman. All these people were involved in this tour. And in fact, during the questions and answer sessions that everybody would have, there would inevitably be at least one question that they would look at Matt and go, you probably know this better than we do. And including Eduardo Sanchez. So that's how much he's researched all of this and put together everybody's stories and the entire experience, and it's fascinating. And it is called 8 Days in the Woods, but it goes way beyond that. So yes, it does detail day by day of their shooting schedule and how things went down, and I learned some really cool things, both from the book and from some of the people on the tour. It's very comprehensive, and definitely fascinating read. So I don't want to give anything away because there were a few things that I learned at the screening talking to the Haxan. He's like the historian, I believe, Dan Karcher. He couldn't even tell me what his title was, but he told me some stories that I was like, you're kidding me, that I had no idea. And they all are in here because Dan Karcher is one of the people who really helped Matt out a lot too and gave him a lot of information. So there's some cool stuff in here, and one of the coolest things, if you are a fan of this film, that you will find, you can see here, there's like a little slip of paper. That is one of the directions for Heather. So they got all of their directions on little slips of paper and these little 35 millimeter film canisters with their initials on top. They would meet up at these certain points that they knew they were supposed to meet up at. They had these milk crates with like food, some extra film, extra batteries, whatever. And they were all given just instructions. Like, you're pissed about this, blah, blah, blah. You guys need to hike up the hill to this point or whatever. And they were not allowed to share with each other. So it really, truly, truly was completely improvised. And the directions were given to them on these little slips of paper, which there are tons of them in here. And then it actually will show you like what each of them got at the same time. And so you can see where the conflicts would come from. So you would see the one where Mike was like, they were like, Mike, get rid of the map. but don't tell anybody, you know? And like the other two are like, okay, you realize the map is missing. Like, so you could see where all that conflict was created. And some of the adversities that they went through. But I cannot stress enough that Matt Blasey did a fabulous job compiling everything. And like I said, it came straight from Eduardo Sanchez's mouth that this is awesome. You can see here, he even did the foreword. So, and last weekend he was at a screening and he actually signed Eduardo's copy. And he said that was the most surreal thing he's ever been through, which I can imagine that. So it is available at Amazon. This is like my new favorite sweatshirt. I wasn't wearing this even for this review. I was just wearing this because I've been wearing it like every time I wash it because it's really comfy. It's all right here and it's so fascinating. If you are a cinephile, you will love it. And on the first weekend in December, he will actually be at a convention. It's a new convention in Connecticut called Wicked Weekend, if you look that up. And Heather, Mike, and Josh, all three are going to be there, which is pretty rare. He will be there selling the book, Matt will be, and I will be there covering it for Pop Horror, and I'm hoping to set up some interviews with the three of them and some other people who are there as well. So it's pretty exciting. So read this before then, and then when I do my interview, you'll be like in the know for all this stuff. So, all right, guys, next time I promise I'll put on some makeup or something. Maybe even fix my hair. Bye, guys.